I feel like the color of my lip gloss looks really weird on camera. It is what it is. Hey everybody, I hope that you're doing very well today. I'm not sure I'll end up sharing the previous clips with you, but basically the story was that my amazing friends bought me a free little library kit, but unfortunately it was very flimsy and not very suitable for the Irish weather. So I just ordered another little library kit. Cross your fingers for me. I really hope this one would work because I don't want to order another one. I read some reviews and it seems like it's going to be a good product, so let's build it together and see. I've just spent the weekend with my friends in London and we went to King's Cross, and that's why I have a new mug. Anyway, let's get to it. It already looks so much better. Hey everybody, it's Eden broadcasting from the editing vortex. I was going to explain what I meant by remembering how to use it, but honestly, this is too funny not to share. So here's a little deleted scene from my first attempt at building the flimsy little library. I also bought a drill and I've never used a drill before. I have no idea what I'm doing. First of all, battery. Nice. This is the other side. I need to put something inside, right? Let's see. I need this one, right? Guys, we've made it. Okay. Is it tight? Yeah, okay. Okay. It's working. Wish me luck. It looks way better and sturdier. So yeah, it looks very promising. So apparently I'm missing some hardware. I didn't get this. Of course I can contact them and I believe they will send me what I'm missing, but I really want to build this today. So I brought all the extra parts that we own. Hopefully I'll find something suitable in there. So cute. Okay, so now that it's done, I want to clean it a little bit and then to seal it. I've never used one of these before, but I do remember that it stinks. So I'm going to do this outside. And here's another misunderstanding here to clarify. I've never used a sealant before, but I remember as a kid when we did some renovations, the smell was really bad. But things have definitely changed. The smell wasn't great, but not at all as bad as I remembered. I honestly don't know why I struggled so much with this. Maybe it was because of my nails. All you need to do is open this kind of gun and insert the sealant. Just remember to release the pressure once you're done, because otherwise it will keep dripping. So for the paint, I used acrylic I'm not sure how long it will last, but this is what I had at home and I was so eager to start painting. I began with 3 layers of a light turquoise color because I think it's so pretty. Here's my fun little setup. One day the weather was really nice, so I decided to continue painting outside. I had the idea to draw and paint a sort of window, so I first drew a window on cardboard to use it as a template, but as you'll soon see, that actually made things harder for me instead of easier. So when I painted, I just drew the outline with a pencil and worked my way from there. Not sure that was one of my brilliant ideas because the window is now tilted, but it's fine, it's fine. I didn't like the roof being black, so I thought I'd paint some shapes in the hope it would look like a roof, but I didn't like that. Then I thought I'd make it look like a wooden roof, but I didn't like that either. So I decided to make it look like a rusty roof, and I didn't like that either. You'll see what I eventually ended up doing in a few minutes. Watching this, I have to say how great it is to create and how much it can teach us. The process is long, sometimes so frustrating, sometimes you feel stuck, sometimes you just need to try again and again. But the key is really to keep going and not lose hope, and eventually everything clicks. And I'm pretty happy with the result, though during the process I honestly didn't think I would be. Inside the box I used some ripped prints from a copy of a play I had. Then it was time to paint the rest of the library. Here I learned from my previous mistake and used Canva to plan what I wanted it to look like, so I wouldn't waste hours painting something I'd end up scrapping. But there's one lesson I didn't learn from my previous mistake, and that is using tape as a template. It didn't really work, and I had to finish it without the tape and fix all my mess ups. And here I am, being stubborn, using tape again. I guess I thought it might still help me somehow. Now's a good time to share my plan for this little library. I want to add one book from the most popular genres so anyone can find something they love. I even bought some bookmarks, and I plan to print a QR code and stick it inside the box, and that will link to a Facebook page I already created where I'll post photos whenever I restock the library and also share some recommendations and stuff like that. This is what I have so far, but I'm going to call it a night because it's 9:30 and I'm exhausted. So I'm going to clean all my mess here and also take a quick shower because I'm covered with paint. As for the roof, I decided to stick fake grass on it and add some flowers and butterflies. I know it's a bit childish and this little library is not just for kids, but that's what I felt like doing, so that's what I did. I got some free samples from our local outdoors shop. They told me there was apparently a TikTok trend where people sent fake grass samples to their exes' houses. I'm trying not to judge. Anyway, so they said that's why some of the shops are not giving free samples anymore. But I was upfront and told them I needed it for a craft project and didn't mind paying, but they kindly gave it to me for free. And honestly, the quality is so good that, funny enough, when I brought it home, James was like, why don't we do a fake synthetic grass in our garden? And I'm actually not against that idea anymore. Before we had a garden, it would have been hard to convince me, but now that we do and we see how hard it is to maintain, let's just say I'm intrigued. Let me get back to you on that, James. At first, I roughly measured how I wanted to display the grass, then added a few layers at the front and at the top so the black plastic underneath would be less visible. Now, do me a favor and use gloves if you try this. My nails were covered in glue that just wouldn't come off no matter what weird tricks I found online and tried in vain. You have to press really hard for about a minute or so to make it stick. At one point I started using the scissors and the knife to press it down after seeing how much glue was stuck on me. Then it was time to stick on the flowers and butterflies, and that was it. I just got myself. Well, at least I got Natasha. And now I can feel badass. Probably should take this off as well. Well, that's a wrap. So the Free Little Library is now done. A while back I emailed the estate management here because I wanted to ask if I could display the Free Little Library in the park that we have here. At first I thought about putting it in our front yard, but a few of my Irish friends here told me that probably is not a great idea. They're not super optimistic about the whole thing in general. They don't think something like this would work here in Ireland, but I'm pretty sure they have Free Little Libraries here There must be. They said that most likely a bunch of kids would rip the box apart within a few hours, but call me naive, but I don't want to believe that. That said, I do think it's important to be cautious. So that's why I emailed the management to ask for their permission. And honestly, they were so nice. The lady who replied to my email was so kind. You could practically feel her excitement through the email. And I attached some photos and she said, wow, that looks amazing and it's such a great idea, let's do that, which made me super happy. Then we spoke on the phone and she explained that the management of the estate is not fully theirs yet and they're still in the process of transferring ownership. So for now she asked me to wait because the old management might take it down, but once the transfer is complete I'll be able to put it up for good. Now because I don't know how long that will take, I will finish this video here, but of course I'll keep you updated, maybe in one of my vlogs, or maybe I'll do a dedicated video for it. We'll see. But that's about it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me and I hope you have a lovely day. Mwah. Bye!